Lent, huh? I feel ya. I give up cigarettes. Would you give up?
Pooping?
Here we go, guys. Act 3 of this animated character alignment series. We talked about all the good characters and the neutral characters, along with their personal attitudes, including them being lawful or chaotic. And now, we're talking about the most diabolical people on the planet. The most evil people on the planet. Well, as for now. Because this time, we're talking about the most evil people who clearly follow most laws, or at least has a moral code. I mean, they're still evil, but at least they can stop at a stop sign. These characters believe in order, but that's also probably because it meets their wishes of doing some truly bad stuff. Not all lawful evil characters are in charge though, as some can be henchmen just following orders from the big man. Like me, following orders from the big man YouTube and trying to be a good little content creator not breaking every rule. Some examples of a lawful evil character include wardens, sociopathic soldiers, the secret police, professional killers, and even abusive parents. Oh boy, someone get that kid out of that house. So, with that being said, here are my picks for the top 10 animated lawful evil characters. Let's rewind back to your school years for a second. You're having a good time with your friends in the lunchroom or goofing off at recess, then you do something a little stupid but nothing too major. Then this little snitch sees what you're doing and goes telling the teacher on you. Something that isn't that serious. You start resenting this kid, wondering why they would ever tattle on you. This is the culmination that is Randall from Recess.
Hello, Miss Finster.
Don't bother me, boy. I'm busy scouting for scofflaws, no thanks to you.
Well then, I guess you're not interested in hearing how Gelman climbed the slide backwards, or how Curse cut in line for free flu shots, or how Mundy and Skeens and Sue Bob Murphy are planning to—
Hold up there, boy.
Randall is hated in the whole school since all he does is snitch on other kids to Miss Finster, whom he is loyal to. So, in trope terms, a teacher's pet.
I just wanted to let you know that there are some people who are doing their homework now because they forgot to do it last night, and I just think that's unfair to the people who actually did do it last night. Okay.
I think the reason for this seems to be a combination of nasty sadism towards the other students with a genuine respect for authority. He's not truly evil, after all he's just a wimpy kid calling out other kids' behavior, but his actions are consistently selfish and harmful towards others. This kid needs a kick in the shins.
How deliciously moist.
What do you mean by that?
Warner Brothers didn't realize it at the time, but they were going to make a cult classic that was the Iron Giant. Such a classic gem that finally got the respect that it deserved. And it's quite wholesome too. A boy tries to befriend a giant robot and hides him from his mother so he can keep him around. Oh, yeah, he's also hiding him from the government too, because we all know the government's not gonna like a giant robot living in the country. In fact, one government agent is sent to investigate the giant, and this guy gets a little unhinged.
Every once in a while, things happen that just can't be rationalized in a conventional way. People want to know that their government has a response. I am that response.
Mansley operates under the guise of patriotic duty, believing he is protecting America from a Cold War threat. His entire evil persona is built on the foundation of lawful evil. He operates strictly within the framework of government power, using his badge, his clearance, and the legal, albeit often ethically questionable, authority of the state to pursue his target.
Tell anyone else about this, buddy? Hey, how big is this thing, Ranger? Been in the forest lately, Scott? Hey, where you going? Champ? Slugger? Hey, cowboy? Where you going? Where you going?
Buddy! You just got here!
He weaponizes the system. He is willing to destroy a child's life in order to eliminate the Iron Giant. This actually makes him a legitimate threat once he has his evidence. I don't know, it's kind of funny that some people still think that he's a butt monkey.
Mom! Little privacy!
Sorry. It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Obviously, if you're working at any entry-level job, like let's just say Walmart or McDonald's, you're probably gonna hate or already hate your coworkers, your management, or the higher-ups of the major corporation. I mean, who doesn't? Now, obviously, I haven't worked an office job, but I would think those same issues would show up there as well. I mean, doing unnecessary paperwork your boss tells you to do, I can see that being frustrating. And, what do you know, there's a certain comic strip / cartoon that takes that formula of working at an office, mainly these workers being engineers, and showing them suffering through this corporate machine. That comic is Dilbert. Now, for a list like this, you would think that I would probably put the pointy-haired boss here, considering he loves being a sociopath. But instead, I'm picking one of the few animals in the strip that works in the office. The red feline Catbird.
We need your help.
I can't help.
Why not?
It's a company policy.
Aren't you the one who makes the company policies?
Do I have a great job or what?
Catbird is the evil director of human resources who helps make the lives of Dilbert and his coworkers, including the pointy-haired boss, miserable to every end by creating ethically questionable policies, never providing useful help, and downsizing workers. So, basically firing them.
Only in your mind.
You mean I'm beautiful just the way I am?
No. I mean it's a lost cause.
Kepler comes off with these weird, illogical, and sadistic policies to force on the employees, like for example, using vacation time for bathroom breaks. When his evil policies work, he often cuddles himself and does an evil dance in the process. Kepler also uses Dilbert's computer to look up X-rated sites. Yeah, this cat has this whole office wrapped around his paw.
Now, tell me what you're wearing.
White short sleeve shirt, red and black necktie, black capri pants, white socks, and black shoes. What does that prove?
It proves you're a woman.
I stated in a previous alignment list that most folk of royalty or monarchy are considered usually on the lawful side when comparing their ethics. How they act morally is the big question. I mean, there have been some evil, ruthless kings and queens out there. So let's go to the universe of, well, Steven Universe, and look at the supreme ruler and matriarch of the Diamond Authority, White Diamond. Oh, you just had to be white.
No! You are Pink Diamond! That is Pink Diamond's gem! You do not look like this! You do not sound like this! You are not half human! You're just acting like a child!
The supreme leader of the Gem homeworld and also the big bad of the series. Yes, big bad means evil. White Diamond has established a strict case system for all gems to follow in accordance to their functionality and demands perfection from all of them, including her fellow diamonds. If you fail, she will make you perfect through possession. White Diamond believes that she is the only truly flawless gem, and that everyone else is simply a shadow of her own perfect light. Her unwavering commitment to this rigid, destructive order cements her position as one of the most chilling examples of lawful evil in animation.
I can't have a flaw. I'm supposed to be flawless. If I'm not perfect, then who am I?
You're a bitch.
It's the Halloween season. No, wait, hold on. It's January.
You a fucking weirdo.
Well, let's pretend it's the Halloween season and talk about witch hunting. Grim and broody, these people can be well-intentioned and soul-saving, but most times, witch hunters usually fall under villain status with their mere cruelty and profit. So, take a cartoon where witches and magic users are seen as good, and along comes a witch hunter, ready to kill every single witch. Not every witch is evil, but never fully trust the person who hunts them down.
Please, be careful. Our family is gone because of wild magic. I can't let the same happen to you.
Big spoilers for the Owl House. Philip Whitbane is a 17th century witch hunter whose only goal is to wipe out all life of the Boiling Isles on what he calls the Day of Unity. A control freak obsessed with having every witch forced into his coven system, which is secretly a plan to kill all the witches quickly. He is convinced that the times he manipulated people into killing the witches is needed to save humanity from evil. But he really wants to be the hero in his own story more than anything else.
Hunter, why are you hurting me? I only wanted to help you.
Buddy, listen. Bellows doesn't want chaos. He demands absolute, obedient order, even if that order requires mass extinction. He is the law, and the law in this case is evil.
Thank you, Boiling Isles.
It's kind of weird putting a historically biblical character here on this list full of animated ones, but you can thank the DreamWorks film The Prince of Egypt for that. A visual masterpiece. We see Moses and his adoptive brother Ramses being the best of friends before Moses realizing his true heritage, and wants his Hebrew brethren free from slavery. While Moses transitions into a protagonist of lawful good, Ramses solidifies his position as a tragic yet undeniable example of lawful evil.
Let my people go!
Still gnawing away at that bone, are we? Carry on.
Ramses has now become a nefarious pharaoh who refuses to free the slaves of Egypt, to the point of threatening genocide when Moses pushes this issue. His entire identity becomes inextricably linked to the law and order of the Egyptian empire. His primary motivation isn't sadistic joy or chaos, it's the preservation of his father's legacy and the stability of the empire he now commands. He constantly justifies his cruelty by citing his duty as pharaoh. When Moses returns to demand the release of his people, Ramses repeatedly refuses, not out of personal hatred, but because freeing the slaves would destroy the foundation of Egyptian power and prosperity. He never breaks the laws of Egypt, he simply uses those laws and his absolute power within them to commit terrible acts.
Tell your people, as of today, their workload has been doubled, thanks to your God. Or is it thanks to you?
Every year, things are becoming more and more violent to every passing end. Last year in general was pretty horrific, way too many shootings and deaths happening. Naturally, you would want a peacekeeper to try to keep things civil and respectful. Killing all the evil people in order to keep the world more peaceful is not the way to go. And yet, we have a character who does this by using a book titled The Death Note, just writing their names down and writing a horrific death for them. Is that a hero? You are reading the title correctly, right?
Wait, on the off chance someone really dies, would that make me a murderer? Yeah, right. It's completely impossible.
Just because you think you're lawful good doesn't actually make you lawful good. Light Yagami views himself as a divine judge and executioner, holding humanity's fate in his hands. He eliminates anyone who challenges his authority, not just criminals who he was originally targeting, but also innocent investigators like L and the actual police who stand in his way. Bro. His self-serving definition of justice is the definition of evil. I mean, if you have to kill innocents to achieve your goal of a crime-free world, are you really in the right? Look, he may have a good ideology on wanting a better world, but his arrogance and god complex takes control and turns him into one of anime's most impressive villain protagonists.
I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Okay, this one might raise a few eyebrows, mainly because of how much this character has evolved over 2 decades of television. His evil varies episode to episode, but let's go through some crimes this character has done. Assault, murder, attempted murder, kidnapping, theft, terrorism, blackmail, torture, etc, etc. But I'm specifically looking at their earlier versions from the show, which a lot of people agree were the golden years, myself included. Yep, we're talking about the evil, British-sounding baby from Family Guy, Stewie Griffin.
Put me through to the Pentagon!
You know what sound a cow makes?
Don't toy with me, Ernie. I've already dispatched with Mr. Hooper. I've got 6 armed men stationed outside Big Bird's nest. And as for Linda, well, it's rather difficult for a deaf woman to hear an assassin approach now, isn't it?
The one-year-old genius obsessed with world domination. Modern Stewie is often portrayed as simply an eccentric, sassy toddler, but his original incarnation is a perfect fit for lawful evil.
I got a job following fat people around with a tuba.
Stop it!
Early Stewie's entire persona was built around a rigid, almost theatrical commitment to order. He wasn't some anarchist trying to cause random trouble. He was a tiny, brilliant dictator in training. Stewie is constantly shown to believe that as long as he agrees with the rules in question, as long as it doesn't restrict him, he is 100% in favor of an orderly, authoritarian society. He may be trying to take over the world, but he's gonna do it with a proper plan, a clearly defined chain of command, usually involving Brian, and a sophisticated laser gun.
Does anybody want to buy my shirt? I'll trade you my shirt for a grilled cheese.
Taking the number 2 spot is a character whose name is synonymous with villainy across multiple generations of animated lore. A little backstory, this character used to be a good-hearted but still lawful robot that was an oppressed slave to the Cybertron society. Then, one day, he had enough and felt that the only course of action to take justice is to tear the whole system down and start over. His best friend at the time disagreed, which felt like a betrayal, sending him over the edge, adopting more radical and extreme stances to the followers who actually supported his movement. This was a ruler and dictator. This was Megatron.
Oh, it will be a miracle, all right, Starscream, if you survive what I have planned for you.
Megatron's evil is undeniable. He seeks to dominate Cybertron, and often the universe, viewing organic life as inferior, and his Autobot adversaries as obstacles to be crushed. Yet, his approach is always structured. He is the ultimate fascist dictator. His entire movement, the Decepticons, is founded on a strict military hierarchy. Unlike a chaotic evil villain who indulges in random destruction, Megatron pursues his goals through strategy, chain of command, and a formal, if brutal, code of conduct. He champions a brutal form of Cybertronian supremacy. When he gives an order, his troops follow it. Betrayal is punished swiftly and harshly, not because it's inconvenient, but because it breaks the Decepticon law. Megatron operates not just to inflict pain, but to replace the existing system with his own, more terrible and unyielding code.
I am Megatron!
Before we get to my top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Take a closer look, you moron! Don't you know a Cornish ragtown when you see one?
Maybe I don't.
A firm believer in order and discipline, and a fan of corporal punishment. I mean, that band episode of George bullying the cat and Chihuahua to the point where he gets abused says it all.
We have that kind of money. Walking is for poor people. We like to think of ourselves as your godparents.
The head pixie, or HP for short, wants to bring absolute order to both the fairy world and Earth itself. They even team up with the anti-fairies to help with their plans. Just like his iconic voice, HP wants to make everything boring.
It's not personal. It's just business. Lord business.
A control freak obsessed with maintaining order in the LEGO world, Lord Business plans to freeze the entire world so everything will be stuck the way he wants it to be.
Happy birthday, Lord Hater! So, me and the guys all chipped in and got you a little something. Can you guess what it is?
Ever so faithful to the Lord Hater, Commander Peepers is his right-hand man who can get a little frustrated with Hater's disorganized tendencies. What he lacks in physical strength and striking fear, he makes up for full determination.
The word hero has lost all meaning in this society. The world is overrun by fakes and criminals like you who chase betting dreams.
The world of My Hero Academia isn't always perfect. Sometimes the most famous heroes are wannabes looking for attention. Stain is an assassin who goes around murdering those heroes he thinks is unworthy, which finds him in a battle against Ida after the murder of his brother. A pretty tough character who is pretty reasonable with his actions, but still evil. And with that, here's my top pick for the most lawfully evil animated character. Most villains usually have their audiences split on them. You either love them or you hate them, but a lot of villains from Disney films have a huge fan base. I mean, Disney is really good at writing some superb baddies. Well, not all the time, but it's pretty clear that there's one villain who is so heinous and evil it kinda makes some of the other Disney villains shed in fear. Like seriously, this character is full on Satan, which is ironic because he's so devoted to God and preaches his teachings every day, and yet his actions make him so devilish. I'm of course talking about Judge Frollo.
The sentence for insubordination is death. Such a pity. You threw away a promising career.
Frollo is a deeply religious man who tries to convince the people of Paris that every evil deed he has done was because of God's will, going as far as to employ common thugs to enforce God's will as soldiers. This makes Frollo a prejudiced, delusional, corrupt, hypocritical, and cold-hearted individual. And just like many other characters on this list, Frollo doesn't see himself as evil, and commits all of his horrendous acts for good. You know, for the Lord Almighty. But deep down, he's abusive, horrible, and reviled by many in Paris, and that's what makes him such a unique villain in all of Disney history.
I know where her hideout is, and tomorrow at dawn, I attack with 1,000 men.
And those are my picks. I might have missed some characters you think should be on this list, so I would love to know in the comments. Was there a lawful evil character you think should be here? Do you disagree with any of these choices? Next up is the neutral evil characters, the characters who are evil just because. Until then, please like and subscribe if you want to see more of these lists in the future, and I will see you next time.